Please say hello to your new group of panelists. So the subject of this panel will be the real F word. What would it be?
Freedom.
What?
Freedom.
Freedom. I love that. That's good.
Freedom's just another word for nothing left.
Freedom's just another word.
Nothing left to lose, I think it was.
And yeah, that's so true. So let's get straight into introducing our panelists, the wonderful Eva Cox. For those of you who have been living under a rock and for some unknown reason don't know her, she's an Austrian-born Australian writer, feminist, sociologist, social commentator, and activist. Her long career in political activism stemmed from student politics in the 50s through the 1970s feminism. Her many contributions to a more civil society have been as an academic, political advisor, public servant, and the running of her own small research and policy consultancy. In 1995, Eva was appointed an officer of the Order of Australia for her services to women's welfare. She was named Humanist of the Year in 1997. And she found her stamp. She found her face on a stamp earlier this year. She found it, yeah, in the Australia Post series honoring women who had advanced the cause of gender equality. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Eva Cox. We also have Danielle Warby. Say hi. Dan is the principal at Sporting Sheila's, the community manager at Sport for Women, and runs the Twitter account for the Matildas. It's the national women's football team. She's active within our community. Danielle has played with the Flying Bats Women's Football Club since 2003 and been a member of the organizing committee since 2004, including 2 years as club president. In that time, the 27-year-old club has grown to be the largest lesbian soccer club in the world. Not meaning to date myself, but I was actually a member of the Flying Bats a few years ago.
Who wasn't?
Not 27, I might add, but maybe 24 or something like that. She's been working online since 2006 to combat negative portrayals of women's sport in the media and to raise the profile and securing increased media coverage of women's sport, which I personally think is a very noble pursuit. Thank you very much. We welcome back to our panel, our first panelist to have two panels, our wonderful Sally McManus. You may remember her as a panelist from the Second Women Say Something. She is the Secretary of the Australian Services Union in New South Wales and the ACT. Following the recent announcement 2 weeks ago regarding equal pay for social and community service workers, an industry that is 87% feminized, we've invited her back to fill us in on what this means for the feminist movement. Sally and the ASU have also brought 11 Australian unions together to campaign for marriage equality. Unions for Marriage Equality will be taking their vote to the ALP National Conference in December. Thank you, Sally. Our first international, Kimberly Dark, is our first international panelist, coming to us all the way from the good old US of A. We have something in common. Kimberly is a writer, mother, performer, and professor, an artistic activist. She is the author of 5 award-winning solo performance scripts, and her poetry and prose appear in a number of publications. For more than 10 years, Kimberly has inspired audiences in fancy theaters, esteemed universities, and fabulous festivals. She tours wildly. Yeah, you got that one. Yeah. She tours wildly, and she's doing some stuff in Melbourne, and you just came back from the Feast Festival in Adelaide. So she's also been named Curve Magazine's Top 10 Performers of the Year. Yeah. Please welcome Kimberly Dark. Andrew Guy, center middle. Andrew Guy, in simplest terms, used to be known as Anna Guy. A trans man currently living in Sydney, he's received widespread mainstream media attention during his transition, including a double-page spread in Madison Magazine, chatting to Kyle and Jackie O during breakfast on Today FM. We'll get to that later, huh? And appearing on mid-morning TV, The Circle. Andrew currently spends time working within the arts and is strongly influenced by a personal philanthropic vision. His recent acting work has raised awareness of self-healing, domestic violence, and depression. And he is soon to shoot the independent feature, Cheer Up, The World Ends Tomorrow. Please welcome Andrew Guy. And our last but not least panelist is Holly from Fancy Peace, Holly Bennett. She is the other half of the unholy union of Fancy Peace, a queer performance duo that we spoke about earlier with a reputation drenched in blood and glitter. They again ran away from a circus in 2006 and have carved a darkly sparkling niche in the Sydney queer and kink performance. Proud droppers of the F word, they are occasionally invited to speak in public and at institutions such as Sydney Uni, Carriage Works, and the Lesbian Weekender. Please welcome Holly. And just like our first panel, we are going to start off with everybody's F word, so we can just start here and run down the line. That'd be awesome.
Fortitude.
I'm going to add a hyphen because I want to say feminist futures.
Fretland. No one knows. People don't know what Fretland is? These are the people in East Timor who overthrew the Indonesians. They do.
Three.
My word is fusion, and I wish Jane was still here because I went to an all-girls school from kindergarten to year 12 on the North Shore, so fuckity fuck. As well as fusion.
I know I was supposed to pick a different word, but fuck it, my word is fuck.
Fortuitous.
Oh, good word. So please again, welcome your new panel.